In the Kitchen, sponsored by Coastal Medical Service.
Welcome back. Well, it's Monday, and that means it's time for another In the Kitchen.
We are heading back in with Chef Becky, this time whipping up something a little sweeter than usual. Let's head into the kitchen and see what we're whipping up this week. All right, welcome back. We are back in the kitchen once again with Chef Becky.
Good morning, everybody.
We had you live last time, and we're back in the kitchen this time. What are we whipping up today?
Today we're making most delicious and moist sweet chocolate cake with fudge frosting.
Fudge frosting, delicious and moist chocolate cake. Got my attention. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's go through the ingredients before we get started.
Sure.
Here we have 4 large eggs, 1 cup of vegetable oil, 1 cup of sour cream. For the dry ingredients, we have 6 ounces of instant chocolate pudding, 1 pound of devil's food cake, and the last ingredient is 2 cups of mini chocolate chips.
All right, we've got it all ready to go.
So the first step is to crack the eggs first into a bowl, and I do that first because if shell falls in, it's easy to just fish it out.
Got it. No, not a shell in sight. So all the wet ingredients into one bowl.
Correct. This is 1 cup of vegetable oil, 1 cup of sour cream. So now we're going to use a hand mixer and whip up the wet ingredients.
Step 1's down. Dry mix next.
That's right. And we'll need a large bowl. Now we're adding the 1 pound of devil's food cake mix, 6 ounces of instant chocolate pudding.
Just a light mix on those.
Right. Just a light mix now.
Incorporate those together.
And then we'll add our wet ingredients. And the hand mixer back.
Good thing it's in a good bowl before you mess.
Right, because there's going to be a cloud of chocolate. Now it's time for the chocolate chips. And I like to use mini chocolate chips because they stay suspended in the batter. When
So these aren't going to melt down. We're going to have little bites
little
of chocolate.
studs of chocolate. So the full-size chocolate chips tend to sink because they're so heavy.
Yeah.
So now we're going to add just half a cup of warm water.
To help smooth that process out. So now we transfer that into some pans.
3 baking pans. These are 3 8-inch cake pans.
So all of the cake is mixed up between the 3 pans. We just need to get this bowl cleaned. However, will we get that cleaned?
Wait.
A special guest appearance from Angela Yamamoto.
So now I'm using an offset spatula to smooth out the batter.
I'm sure you'll be thankful for that when it comes to stacking time.
That's right. So I got the oven preheated to 350 degrees. You'll see that I have a pan of hot tap water in the bottom of the oven, and we'll put the cakes in. They should all fit onto one rack. And the water will create steam while the cakes are baking, and that helps keep the edges of the cake nice and moist and soft. So these cakes baked for 35 minutes. Now I'm going to just use a toothpick to test that it's done. See, there's no wet batter on the toothpick. Now we're going to make a big batch of chocolate fudge frosting.
All right, what's first?
So we have 1 cup of softened butter. This is half a cup of butter flavored Crisco. And I'm going to whip these together. This is 4 tablespoons of heavy cream and 4 teaspoons of vanilla. We're going to sift the powdered sugar and the cocoa powder. So now we're going to mix it up one more time. Going to try to start this on low to prevent a big cloud, but no. I think we're Now we're just going to go ahead and add the hot fudge sauce. This is 2 cups of Hershey's brand hot fudge sauce.
So Chef, we're in the home stretch now. We've got cakes finished and cooled. We've got frosting set to the side, ready to go, and a whole bunch of new materials here. What are we doing next?
So this is an 8-inch cardboard cake circle. You can find these in the baking department of any department store. This is a cake decorator's turntable. So first we're going to start by put a layer of frosting in between each layer.
Oh,
Doesn't need to be perfect.
that turntable really does help, huh?
Yeah, it's really nice. Handy tool. So now I'm using my offset spatula to spread the frosting evenly and fill in the gaps. What we'll do is transfer it to a large flat platter. And the last step is to apply some beautiful chocolate sprinkles. I love this brand. This is imported from Belgium. So it's best if you could chill the cake for a few hours in the refrigerator, but we didn't have that kind of time this morning.
Today, yeah.
Well, what I love about this cake recipe is that you could put it together with ingredients you probably have on hand.
I don't know if you noticed, I went back for a second bite. I know, that is delicious. If someone makes that for my birthday or for any random day of the week, you'll have a special place in my heart. You can find all these recipes online through our website. You can have a link to all of Chef Becky's recipes that we've featured here on NBC 16 Today. Chef, thank you so much. It's an honor to be back in your kitchen.
Thanks so much.
Just an absolutely delicious cake. It was so good, so moist. That water pan in the oven made a world of difference.
You and Barry were really just scarfing it down.
Absolutely destroyed a couple slices of that cake as soon as that camera cut off. It was so good.
I will say the mini chocolate chips make it's a good addition.
Yeah, they don't get sink into the bottom of the cake. So every bite you've got some fresh chocolate in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, so good, so good.